Hi everybody, good afternoon. I'm doing walkthrough for Mac OS Forensic Artifacts. You should start, I think, with this one first, Mac OS Forensic, the basic, because it gives you some introduction, some are history, but more interested you try the last, um, this little bit the end of it. In this room basically we have an image macOS, and the idea is to do different type of forensic system information, network, account activity, evidence of execution, file system activity, connected device, and things like that. Now the room they will give us in the home directory of the user Ubuntu, they give us first of all, for not having problem permission and things like that, switch to root first, because we can have all the data we have. Now we have the image, they give us the image. Then we have a couple of systems where we need to we have this DS store parser, we have not that one, the Mac apt, and then we have Apollo. So we'll use them, we'll talk about them later on, but we have the first thing you can do is if you follow this room before, not this one, the basic, because now you have an image, because it's Mac, it's not system like before. You can up fs what do you call that command? Still, if you throw it to the image file, you can see that the way how macOS do the system. You can see volume 1, volume 2. That's why I said do this room first so you don't get confused. Then you have volume 3, then you have volume 4, which is the data. We need data, so this is also very important. Now because we know it's volume 4, now we can use the tool, what's the name of the AppFS, I think. AppFS Fuse. This is the one. Then you can minus v4, so we need to also mount the data, and now we can go to the image, and they give us the Mac yeah, so I just want to copy it straight, so I don't want to have spaces here. I'm just to copy the command, and we do it in the Mac directory. So we got this is already the first question, because they want us to know that we're able to do what command can use to mount the image named Mac disk to the directory Mac. This is the home directory for Ubuntu user. Of course, the hint tell you, did you understand the basics? So basically the reference to this room. So this one we already have it. We're missing something. Mac F my v4 Mac disk image. Oh, because it's doing that. Where's that thing? I didn't do that because I'm switching to root directly to start, so that's fine. Now, because we have that, we can go to cd mac directory, and then we have that private the private node is empty, so you can just go to root, and root will give us the things. There's some similarity with Linux system, for example. Okay, what is inside home? There's nothing. Yeah. Usually the user, for example, he has he's only one user, and you can see the DS store database, the shared TryHackMe, that's one, and you can see this the credential.txt. We're not interested. The question is not about what's inside that file; it's more about the artifact. So we're not interested. But 1, 2, 3, 4, TryHackMe. Okay, we have downloaded all of that. Typical Mac. The most important things for Mac is you have the user folder, we have the system, and we have the private one, because in the private directory you get the usual suspects, the var for logs, and the etc folder that's usually for Linux. That's why, for example, you can do cat private etc passw, for example. Yes, too many of them is like Apple like too much password. But in any case, so basically now we are in the system. So let's start see one by one. What, for example, before we begin, Before we begin, because Mac usually have this PL list type of file. For we are not because this is user usually most of the screenshots are running in macOS. We're using a Linux system, so we need to use plist. This is what the command us will use. We are not in Mac, we are in Linux machine, so we are not using this. So we're using this one with -p for print. For database file, we have this application here, we have accessories, and we have DB browser for SQLite. This one to open for us SQLite database. Okay, let's wait it to start. Let's make it bigger. I'm not sure if we can make it text bigger. Preference, let's see if there is a font size. Let's make font size big, 18. Okay, let's hope now we can see it. Let's go now to, so this is the DB, so whatever DB will open with this. Next thing, we'll have two things. We have this is the DB, so we have it. The next one is we have Apollo, and then we have um, the Mac underscore apt. So this one is this one. You have the Apollo, bit old Apollo, and then we have Mac apt. Mac apt, it seems, is under development. At least this one. This is very cool little toy. You can solve most of the question. For example, the ASL log. You have the Bluetooth. Even for example, if you scroll down, you have the user. You have the Wi-Fi. You can answer all the question just with it. And Apollo also is a. It's also also a nice tool. It's a bit old, but let's start with the apt-get because I want to show you something nice in the apt. We are there. Let's go to, in the directory we have cd. Where's that apt folder? Mac apt file. So if you go lot, so it's a Python 3 mac apt.py. I don't think it's an Apollo. If you look for, oh, you have too many, it will print a long list of things. So let's go back. Which one? This is Apollo. This is the Mac. I'm more interested. Let me show you something what I'm interested on. You can do CSV, you can do SQLite, and also you can do Excel. This assume this one is Excel, and then let me show you how to run it. Let's run it for all model. You can see you can select model or you can run them all of them. Let's give it um, so if I do -x, I want it in Excel. I want to show you the Excel file how it works. Also, you know, there's something interesting you want to verify here. So we don't. You have X for Excel, so we got that. Oh, I want to show you the Excel one, and then you need to show the image. Where's that thing about the image? Why am I not able to see it? You can do fast run all plugin except Spotlight, and if I okay, let me show you something what I'm talking about. Yeah, the work on E01 DD split DMG. This is Apple, but we don't know sure how the image was taken in this exercise. So the safe bet we go with DD. So we can just say -x for that. Image is dd, for example, and then we can call the image. The image, we know it's in the home directory is called mac image, and then we'll output. Let's, for example, create let's create a make directory, call it let's call it forensic, for example, and let's make another one and call it for Mac apt, so we know a difference between Mac apt and Apollo. So let's call it output to forensic Mac apt. This one because I want to show you how good these things. The Mac apt good one. You can control it if you want to select just, for example, the SLR or whatever Safari, whatever the users. But you can run it. It take about 10 minutes, but we can leave it run, let it run. It does some error, but it's fine for now. So let it run, and when we arrive task 3 or something, we can see the result of it. Now let's go back to our room. So we have these tools. So the idea here is these tools you can check about. I talk about, for example, here macapt. We'll come back to Apollo later on. Now the logs of the system, as we said, the logs are in the private var, like Linux log, and you have these two logs in there. It also has this logs file where it has keybag or something, but you can see the logs we have here. This is the interesting one. This is the syslog, and the same as we have here. So for example, now if we're looking for a system log for boot time, did we jump? So we just do is using Z because in case you have too many of them, but in our case we just have one log, so we can use grep safer for that. Grep and then we're looking for boot time, for example boot time. I'm looking from grep from boot time. I always grep whenever you do it, so not I always like to add -I in case something in the couplet or something. Log syslog, no, not logs, log, and then we have syslog, and then we have the boot, for example, time, and then unified logs. What's unified logs? Before we jump there, because we have one question. It said in the attachment, which utility can we use to pass plist? We talk about this with Linux one is plist util. We just experimenting with the logs here, so we can go there. But let's see what he's talking about here. So we got that. zgrep, if you have too many logs, you can use it. Unified logs are the location private var db. Private var db. Let's see what's there. Private var db, and then what's the next one? No, it's too many of them. db diagnostics, and then we have this log data statistic. This is very and private var db UUI. Okay, this one, and the db. Okay, we can use the built-in log utility in macOS to view these logs. We use mac app to pass the logs. We're using now mac ability to finish, or we can use Mendian unified log parser utility. Where is this one? I think this one is a this utility can be used on a live system or log archive to convert the log into CSV or whatever. We are not using this tool in this room. I didn't test this one. Is it running Linux or, no, or only in Mac, this thing? Unified log. Let's see if it's installed in the machine. it's not in the machine. So let's put it that side. Unified log parser. We can download it. The machine doesn't have internet. I'm interested to test this thing. I'm not sure if we need to. I'm sure they didn't give us this unified. We have Apollo, we have the parser, we have the Mac app. Oh, unified log parser. It's here. Okay. Okay. Dot unified parser minus H. Huh. Why? Exact format error. Log show last. This is like is running in Mac itself. I think this one is because this room sometimes the author is switching between Linux and things. Let's not like same things. We can't use this because we're not doing inside the image. This is like when you're a live Mac. So in this we'll explore some filter to log command to reduce artifact Mac. Okay, let's go now to as I said, we're using the Mac. We're using this Apollo. We'll use um, the Mac apt and some Linux commands. So that's what I'm more interested of. The OS version. Another problem I find in this room is this file. It said it's in the system library core services. So if I go to, did the other thing finish? It's still working. Let's that. So if I go ls system libraries core services, then it goes to core type. I don't see this in this image. I don't know, the system version doesn't exist in the image. I tried to find it, maybe someone knows about it. So I don't know where exactly the problem here. Why this file I don't see it. The serial number, again, it talk about system volume. I don't think it exists in my crash report. System volume, no, ls system v, there is no v here. It's state or library, so maybe it's in the live system. I'm not sure this information where he's getting it from. No, there's I don't know. I said this one, for example, private var db, private var db. We use stat. I don't know why he put x there, because minus x in var var db dot apple dp. No, not private var dp dot apple setup done. If you do that, it tell you that because Linux, I don't know, there is no minus x in stat. You just call it straight. You can see the access, for example, is early. This is, I think, when the time installation starts. That's why I see a touch, because the file you can see is size is 0. So this is where the real time after it finishes. I think this where the save. This is more like when the file create, but then somehow the installation start or finish. That's what the time. This is the real time to know about it. What else we have? This is the start, and then another way to find when the OS was installed, the endpoint private, because it's peer list. We need to use the plist command minus p private vardb software, and then journal. If you go there, it is empty. There's no, we don't have there, so we dead end. I know where he get this information from. uh, Use cut. I don't think cut will save us. Same, it's array, nothing is empty, so I don't know why we don't have this information in this room. Time zone is the same as the next etc local time, ls minus la, etc is under private, etc lo, local time, and here it said US Pacific. Okay, and then another way to check the system using library preference, global preference. Library, that says user plist library, preferences dot global preferences dot global sorry, do minus p here. I'm getting confused with this room, to be honest. This is the what exactly it give us this. It give us the language and the country. So we have the country and the language. So that's at least we got something. So the preference will give us. But what he said in the room, he said to find what. Another way to check of the system is using per global preference, and then what's this library preference apple time. um, it's active. The following terminal window shows that the machine time zone auto justice is active, so we have same as that. Reboot. Let's answer some question before we go to the bottom of this. When was the US installed in the disk image present in the attached VM? Write your answer in GMT. Remember we talk about the OS installed. That's reboot. We talk about time zone. OS installation date is we talk about the stat command. Let's go, where is it? Yeah, the stat I said we'll go with this time because that one is like more when the file was touched, was created. So we got this, so we can answer that question quickly now. The country code of the machine, we already got it, is this one. So we got the country code just by reading the file. How we got it? Yeah, we got it from this. Minus P library preference, the global preference point. The last question is, what was the last time machine booted up? We'll come back to that. Boot, you can use zgrep in the system log boot time. We can just say grep. We already did this, I think. Grep boot time from private var log syslog. You only have one. We can just, and you have now the time. The question is the boot time. When was the last time this machine boot up? If you look at the timing now, is January 19, 747, 5. The way the format is there, year, month, day, 1 hour, whatever. So it's year, month. uh, it's 19 January 2025 because the date is current, because whenever you don't see year it means is the current year, so the 2025, so it's the timing is UCT. uh, I'm not exactly oh, I think this is the you need to convert the time from Unix epoch to human readable format. It's already written, but I think the issue is a time zone. So basically they talk about this time. Now we can do quick, we can just do date minus d at and give it that little things, the timing, and it's you see it's a time zone. This is our time zone, that's why it's no, this one, I think this is a UCD, some kind of machine time zone. Hours, that's why it shows the stat command, whatever the grep, I'm not sure, it's a time zone things. That's why we have a 15 here. So when you convert it, you get the correct time zone to the machine itself. I think that's what the question is. So it's 19 January 2025, so we can go a year, so it's 2025. A month, what we said the month is? January 19, so it's a 0119, and then you have the time. It should be cool, fine. Let's finish this one because they show us these things. And then another place to find data about boot time and shutdown is in unified log. This log is also contain information. Yeah, but this above filter result log window. You see, when you use this, that's why it kill me, because this is like you run it in a live machine. Definitely, it's on a live machine. It's not like in a. There's no way you run this in the machine itself, in the image. This is a live machine. Let me show you something. This, if our, oh, it's still running. Let's run Apollo. Where is that thing? This one said error. I don't know what's wrong with it. Let's go to our friend Apollo. How are you, Apollo? Where are you? With just one MP. Apollo is this. If you go Python 3 Apollo, I'm not sure if I remember how to use this Apollo. Extract, that's a key command of it. Where is Apollo? Apollo extract minus L, we do CSV SQL. We can go with CSV or an SQL. Minus P Apple Android Windows, or just use YOLO for wherever. SQLite database or CSV, we can open it, we can look at it in Excel file. Oh, we did Excel for macOS. Let's try SQL here. So if I understand it correctly, we can just do extract. Where is that extract things? Extract, and then what we do? Output, let's say we're not doing CSV, let's try something different. We did CSV with the other one, let's do SQL. SQL, and let's do that myp, do anything, so we don't begin. If you are in doubt, just use YOLO. Minus YOLO, and then yeah, minus V, just say YOLO, do whatever it is. Minus K, I think you need to talk about the models. What is that model directory? Model, and then you need to give it the data. Now where is that data again? I forgot about it. ls private logs, I think the SL private var logs, not this one. Where is the I forgot where the logs are. Yeah, in var run, the var things. I forgot where is it. This is an example I talk about in this room where I'm looking for this one, guys. Let me show you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this, the ASL logs. I forgot where they are. Just give me a second, because before we begin, he did an example here. If I remember, he talked about Apollo. Yeah, he used MySQL model Apollo. Private var log. Let's come back to Apollo later on. I think there is the bottom that will talk about Apollo. We'll find it somewhere here. Just give me if I can find the Apollo ones quickly. Whew. Yeah, this ASLR, I forgot where to get them from. This is the Apollo one. This is the one that the guy is doing. Oh, the DB ones. I forgot. Yeah, this is the DB one. When I run uh, private. No, I'm confused between Apollo and sorry guys, I'm confusing Apollo with this one. They're not the same things. Um, we'll run Apollo later on. Let's see this. Oh, this one is finished. Let me show you what this one is finished. You see how cool it is. Let's get that. We save it in forensic folder. Where is that forensic? See what he give you. You see this ASLR. Remember when I said ASL, the booting processes. If I want to open that one now with a database, if I go now file, open database. For example, I can answer the SAL. What's going on? You see, now we get all the data for the boot and all of that. And let's show you another thing very interesting. If you go now to uh, the Mac, what we did there. This is the Excel. You see now. Let's open it now with the Excel file. I told you this. This is very interesting. We run. Remember, we ran all the models. We did all of them. So now we can get all the information we're looking for. Basically, almost the answer of the whole question. Hello. No, I don't need the tip. You can see in the bottom here, you can see the result. Disk info, auto start. From the bottom, you can see my bottom of the screen. You can see all this template, all these sheet files. So, for example, disk info. You can see here. I tell you the sizes. For example, this is disk info. You have it's a Macintosh D. We said auto start. If I click auto start, whatever auto start here, basic info. It give us the version 15.1.1. I know I got it because we can't find that file. Tell you the model, computer name, TryHackMe virtual machine. See the country. It give you the country, local, US Pacific, account, first login, TryHackMe. Last login panic, the time, this one what the docker item, file sharing, events. So you get all this information. You can answer the question from here. In fact, you can. It took 10 minutes to get all this information. For example, network DHCP. You can see the IP address, the router IP. Even they tell you where you got it from. So you can open. You can see the network card ENC0, EN0. So it tell you where you got it from. So this one is more like easy way to read. You can say interface. We'll go now one by network interfaces. You can see EN0, EN1, network details. So atomic IPs, the IP address, recent items. This is the recent item. Desktop document, we have saved state. You guys store, you go there, and you can go next. The next one. So basically, this one it give you all the information that you need. This is for the users, and then you have the last login console and all of that. Dead process shutdown time. So basically, this one, you see now why I said is good. This thing is it's very nice for analyzing macOS. So you can use that one to answer the question and follow, or go to manually. Manually is good for now to learn things. Like for example, now we already find the network. Remember, we got the network from this network interface. Where is it? Network data. You can see EN0 Ethernet, and then we have the interfaces. We have that, and we got where is the IP of it? Network DHCP. We have the IP address for the N0. And now let's do it manually. If we go manually, you can set it's in the library preference system configuration. Let's go there. ls library preferences system configuration system configuration, and then what we have there, we have network interface plist. So we need to go with plist minus p network, and now it gives us the information. If you go to analyze this information, it tells us the network name is EN0. What else would give us? There's another one called EN1, active true, active true, but I think one has IP and one doesn't. Okay. Include each interface type. Here I can see two interface, one with the name Wi-Fi and the other with this is not ours, is the room creator is testing. The DHCP and the private var DP uh, is also PS list, so we can do plist private var DP DHCP. What's going on? Leases, and then we can see which one we can see is only one that has the IP. In our case, they always forget to add that minus p. And it gives us the address, so we can see the root. This is the root address and the machine IP address. So let's answer the question before we do too many of them. What is the name of the machine built-in interface with all the N0? What is the IP address of the router? The router, we already defined it here, so let's go there. But let's finish what we'll so we got a DHCP. We have shortened the above output to only two type of historical connection. We don't have Wi-Fi in this room, so this is a machine. Do we have Wi-Fi? Does that second one is a Wi-Fi? There's nothing say about Wi-Fi here. Yet it's a BCC, a BSSID, so it's a Wi-Fi there, but BSD name EN1, EN0. I don't see the same as this. Yes, 3, 4, 5 years. Network usage. This command also it's run in the machine of macOS OS. I'm not sure why he's giving us this, because even if this is not a Linux system to just run it like that, you can just run this command like this. The author is jumping between doesn't work like that. Log show. In any case, we're not. I would like to do this one, but I don't know what's going on. Why it didn't work for us? Account activity, user account and password. User account, we already found them through there because that's the users. But here db ds local var db ds local nodes. Ls private var dp ds local nodes default local nodes default. Oh, that's the users, and then too many of them. The one we're looking for is TryHackMe, so we can use plist. Let's not forget the minus p, this one. And then we have all data correspond to the user TryHackMe THM. So all the file related to this person. It like Apple, it puts stuff very strange places. You need to look for them. So we got that. We'll come back to this because here we can get very interesting um, information about this user. For example, pictures, all of that. One of the question I think in the bottom we'll get it here because here it's a what is the password hint for the user? Now, if you look for this user, write a password TryHackMe 505. That's the password. Write a hint TryHackMe. Write a password. Is a hint somewhere here? The shell. By this is the Apple usually the shell. The hint. That's the hint. Count to 5. So this is. Let's take this one now, so we know it exists. So we need to look for last login user and when user last time user log out of the machine. Here they give us this SSH connection, user login history. It's in it's too many long files. It's putting it. He put the stuff in very strange places. Apple, yeah, it's like he's hiding them. It's like you don't look for them. What's going on? P list minus P list. So it's in library preferences com Apple login window playlist. This one's supposed to be the history, and then it tell you TryHackMe. TryHackMe. We have only one user in this machine, so this one will ask the question. What's the name? Last year TryHackMe, and then user login history, and then we have SSH connection. We don't have SSH host because ls-la user TryHackMe doesn't have configure SSH here, so it's not there. So this one is again the machine of the room creator. Privilege account is the same as Linux, so cat should be in the private etc sudo, and you have root and the group admin, so there's nothing special there. The next one is login and logout event and logs. Always you can use zgrep when you have too many login. So we have grep minus I always like to do this. It will be private var log system log. We can have a login here, and then we have you can see the way Apple do dead process. It means log out. User process, it means login or something. You can see dead process show a logout event in these logs, whereas user process show a login event. So remember we did this we have this file now. Remember we have that file. We already did it with macOS, so we didn't generate a CSV. We generated the Excel. Why not? Let's repeat and do the CSV. Let's create a new folder. I leave this one, I need it. Make directory home Ubuntu forensic. What we did there, did mac apt. Let's call it mac csv, and let's run the same command, but this one let's say -c, and then let's get the CSV files, not CSV. Let it run for now. We'll come back later to it. I'm going to convert it to CSV because you can use grep there. Screen lock grep com apple from output.csv. Screen lock. But this file, where is this com apple session agent screen lock? Now this room is a bit confused the way it sometimes switch pin. We assume it's somewhere here. Library preference. So if it go there, so com apple screen lock session agent. There is no session agent here. I don't know what he do it. Let's concentrate on. We'll get it when we get the CSV. The question is, when was the last time user logged out of the machine? And then we can see it's the user process, and it talk about the dead process. So we can just look for the dead process. So we have this. What the hell is this? We can do grep minus I dead process from private var log system log. What's wrong? I did grep. You can see the last dead process was at January 19,750. You can see now he's using time of the machine. So this question are not really supposed to, because this time and the task we have before, it's clearly they had different time zones answer. And you can see now the format is straight from the answer of the machine. So that's should be done. What's wrong? It's still working. Just leave it working there. Now, evidence of execution basically talk about the history. Same as Linux Bash history because it uses ZSH. So you can just say, let's just cut all of it. Cut user TryHackMe.z history. You can see the history. It was vim CRUD, so a person opened that file and it give you is what was the last command. It's only one command, so basically it's this one. And then what is the GUID of the terminal session in which the command was executed? Here we talk about the sessions. You can do history. This is when you are in the Mac itself, you type history. The session are under session, so you can do ls users tryhackme.session. No, what the? Oh, we always need to write that session, and you can have you can see we have this one and we have this one. Now for easy way you can just cut the history to know which one is ours. So if we select the first one, the 45 history, so it's ours. That's the one that created the file. So because that's the UID, so that's our answer for this room. The next one is, when was the last time the user closed the terminal? Here this one a bit got me confused for a while, for a moment. Now they're talking about two databases, the user database and then what's this? This is the user the database was created a user for the user and then for the system. Because of the user, I assume we do this one. So we have this database DB. We can open it with SQLite. Now, because we open it with root, let's copy it first somewhere. Uh, user and library application. Let's copy users library. No, TryHackMe, the user library application support. Oh, knowledge. You see this, that's my mistake when I was doing this room. I only did this one only, but remember this this database, the wall is what they call it, write ahead log. So before it gets saved, the main database usually it used there, and this one sh item is a shared memory file that help something related to wall. So it's better to get all of them. Let's copy them to our folder home Ubuntu forensic. Let's copy them there. Now if after we do that, we can go to our friend the DB. Let's close this DB first of all. We open, close that one. Now let's open database. We can go to our forensic folder and we open that DB1. The main things, browse data, the main things that we're looking for is the Zo object. That's the one that has the data we're looking for. And you can see because I talk about terminals, so we have the app usage. This is the one we're looking for. But if you look at this one like that, you can't really read because the time is not a format exactly what we're looking for. You see how it's date, how it look. So it's not really for us easy. That's why we come here to Apollo. For example, there's a model called knowledge app usage. So if we go to our friend Apollo, this one is still running. Just let it run. New tab. CD Apollo. We have model. The model has too many of them. More interesting in this one, knowledge app usage. Knowledge app usage. So we can check this one. If you don't want to run it, you can just use the query of it. So I can just copy the query, select, and I can just go to my DB and then I can say execute DB and just paste that there and then run it. Now it look how it look nicer. Now you can see usage in seconds, so you can see and you can see terminal, because remember the question said when was the last time the user closed the terminal. So if you look there, terminal, the last one is this. If you look at the timing, this is 19:15:47. This is 49 start, and it end at 15:52. So we have once. So this is usually the when it closed. So the end was this. So it's this time. We can copy that. And they said how long it will be, 176. And then we can do also the same thing. Our friend Apollo, where is our friend Apollo? Apollo, how are you? Let's create a make directory home for forensic Apollo. Did we, with the command we said we would Apollo extract MySQL and then we give it the data if I'm not mistaken. So you go to home, no, not forensic. Yeah, it's in the forensic. Remember ls forensic, we have our DBs. So Apollo should see them. Let's see, we're not losing anything. Total number of record 140. He created DB called Apollo. Let's see what exactly he did create. ls forensic Apollo. What? Huh? Where he create this Apollo DB? What's going on here? Total number of record 140. Total number of location recalled. Lazily output to SQLite file Apollo DB. Oh, he saved it here under Apollo. Apollo, you're not fine with me. Why you save it there? So we can go to our database here. Let's close this database. Let's open Apollo and see what Apollo did. Open database. It's not in forensic. It's in the Apollo. That's the database that he created. Apollo. Let's move. Browse data. This is Apollo data. You can see is basically the same, because if you scroll down we can find it's but Apollo, for whatever reason, it's not clearer than the CSV than running the query. Look how it look. The key 440 record. I'm not sure this Apollo process time. I know. I prefer the other one. What did TryHackMe say? We can see that the application was used 146 seconds. We can also see the start date and time. Similarly, knowledge app intent model to pass the app intent stream. Another source of application usual data is present in current power log database. Okay. Apollo. But Apollo result look funny for me. I don't know what useful this information. It has a key, it have a date, network usage. It's like he's oh no, but we run Apollo for the whole system. So we need to find the correct one. Let's terminal. Let's see if we can find terminal. There's no terminal here. What's wrong with you, Apollo? I don't know what we got. Did we run the whole system? What exactly we run there? We called Apollo extract MySQL. See, we run it the whole model, and then we give it the forensic. Okay, how about to run it only in Apollo? Let's remove that Apollo database. Let's run it in only in this one. Let's see if it run this one quickly. See, when you give you exact model, it doesn't run it. He said 0, so So we need to run the whole models. Why doesn't I'm not sure, to be honest. Apollo, what's wrong with you? I'm not sure, but the DB one is better. So to open the knowledge DB, so the knowledge DB, and then just use the DB SQL to see it, so we get the answer to this one. I think that's the best option for now. I'm new to Mac, so I'm not, to be honest, I'm learning too. Then file system event stored in DB. So this is the DB they're talking about. It's now file system event stored DB are forensics in database that is present in every volume. This directory used to be in root directory. They are not. However, sometimes this directory is not present in location system volume. No, there's no volume in our image. Here they talk about this is when you do it in a live machine. We're not doing this in I think in our machine. We mount this in this store. This store we have the parser. We have remember we talk about this. We done with this. Let's go out of Apollo. cd/ds parser. We have this parser is Python 3 parser. Let's see what it gives us. This parser things. No such file directory. It doesn't have the help. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the DB. Remember when we said ls minus la? You can see, for example, in the user, you can see it's there. The dstore file. So we can know that this store hidden dots file can be found in every directory in OSP using find the app, and you can open it with this parser things. Like for example, if we want to open this one, we can just say copy the file. I want you to open this home root users, not TryHackMe. What's the name of the file? This dot permission denied. Let's go to sudo. Okay, sudo will give it straight the one, and then this not it's what are the viewing option for the user TryHackMe folder, and it tell you that store. So this one already give you the answer. Open file and view it true. So this is the answer for this question. Now let's finish these things because we have this. So this store we know about it. In our case, this is like the user computer. Now for ours, we only have these little things. Most recent used and bookmark and all of that are under user library preferences. Let's say plist. Oh, not you. I need to come here. Plists, users, TryHackMe, preference. What is a library? Libraries, preferences, and then com apple finder. Com apple finder. Always we forget that P. Most recent used. We can find more in a find the PLC. The information is in the FX recent folder key. FX recent favorite tag name sitting. Where is this key? date last open, date modified, visible true, last viewed sitting. I can't see it, it's too many. FX recent folders. Just let's do the lazy way. Grep minus I minus C5 recent folder. Okay, so we found it. So it's in the FX recent folder. The name of the folder is recent. So use grep if you can't see like me. So we can see the name of the folder is there. So this is the most recent used. The next one is for Microsoft application. We can find a similar list in user library containers. Okay, so there's another one. What? Library container. We don't have the C container. Containers, and then for example what we have, com.microsoft, com, not Apple. There is no Microsoft installed, so it's only Apple. So this machine doesn't have Microsoft on it, so we don't have com. So this is a user computer. The next one is connected device mounted volume. So macOS store list of drives mounted in the system in user library preference finder plist. We've been here already or not? I think we've been here. The user library preference com app finder can find USB drives and mounted image such as DMG or MG. This information can be found in FX desktop volume position, desktop volume. And because we are lazy, we can't see, we just do minus I minus C10. What do you call it? Desktop volume. Desktop volume. Invalid. Invalid. Of course it's invalid. Why don't put a P? There's nothing. So there is no MO desktop something. Site showing cloud desktop, that's not. There's no desktop volume like he's talking about. So we don't have mounted devices here. Let's see for USB. Is there USB? Nothing. So this is the user computer, like NTFS. So this is the key is talking about. Let's copy it in case we did a mistake in grep. I don't think, but it should be. No. Good luck. Connected iDevices. Apple device connected in the system can be found on app library preference. Let's see. Can we? We don't have them. I think user TryHackMe library, preference, com Apple. There's nothing. iPad. IP. There's nothing. 199. Oops, too many of them. So we don't have. It would be good if this guy connected device and did everything, mounted volumes, then he took the image, so we can practice all of these things. Bluetooth connection. The knowledge C database also contains information about historical Bluetooth device connection. This information is in the Bluetooth is connected stream in the database. We can use Apollo knowledge audio Bluetooth connected model to extract this information. Knowledge audio Bluetooth. We already have the DB. Let's go to the DB. Let's close this DB before make sure that we have the correct one. We not the Apollo. Where is it? The forensic. This is the knowledge DB. Now we need to execute an SQL. Where is Apollo? Not you. Apollo. Cat models. The models they're talking about is knowledge audio Bluetooth. Knowledge audio Bluetooth. Now we can just copy the SQL. Not sure if there is an SQL. We try if it's there, otherwise it's just for learning experience. Let's delete this one. We put there, run. There's no Bluetooth. I think this is the create room. In the box screen, we can see the date and time connected different Bluetooth device and the time of this connection. We use the same things. There's no Bluetooth. So this is the key by any case, because the one of the questions said to you which stream knowledge we use for information connected Bluetooth. We use that one. I think is the format. We don't add / in the beginning. Some people in Discord, when they see the answer is you probably may not be in English, they think it's a bug. It's not a bug. That's how TryHackMe put things. I want to check something quickly. If I remove this, no context. Now we have something. Because it's not connected live or something. What we got here? Doesn't give us the name. Start and Bluetooth address, nothing. Any case, we don't have that. Then connected printer, the user library preference or cap print. I don't think we'll have this printer now. org.caps. If we didn't find USB, I don't think this room has printer on it in testing mode. These user library preferences. Library preference org. There's no org, so there's no org. It's only C, com, and then yeah. So we don't have printer in our example. So this is more, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe another time the room. So as conclusion, what I found is this is the DB. So it's very interesting to use the DB1, to use this DB, and then use Apollo. Apollo has this one is the not the Apollo. The Apollo has model. What good about it is Apollo to use it for the query. So you can go to the model, you copy your query like we did here. You copy the query. It's easy for you. Copy and paste it, then run it. Now, but also this one is very interesting, and not Apollo. This one, Mac apt. Reason why it's under development is not like Apollo. It's old 5 years ago. And as we said before, that one can give us an Excel file with um, all the data you can in Excel, like for 10-15 minutes it run. It can give you full information of the whole system from the image. You can see all these spreadsheets. It's already there, so you can just analyze the information easy. Of course, when you are forensic, it's good to learn command line. It's not straightforward to as Linux, but you can see most of the stuff are at these library things, and then most of them library var things like that. So yeah, Apollo didn't use it too much. Yeah, I hope the room helps someone. This is my second time using investigation Apple from the. I will try to do this one later on the basic. This is my first time using Apple Forensics, so I'm starting learning the tools. So the only tool that we didn't test, I'm not sure why it didn't work for us, is the uh, this. Where is that one? Didn't work for us. This one. I don't know what's the issue we have with this one. In any case, maybe next room someone will get better in this type of things. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good day.